Good morning. Got another beautiful morning. It's going to rain later on tonight. But in the meantime, yesterday I had epoxied these tips on with AE40, and it's strong enough for me to cut string grooves in. And what I did was, when I have these, I measure down, I draw a line with a pencil, and then I take the chainsaw file and I go across, and then I put 45s down, and then with a 45, and then I use the chainsaw file to cut grooves in, and I kind of round the corners. So then all you want to do is, after you do that, I have a string groove video, I believe, and then all you do is you check it with a string, and you make sure that it's even across and not crooked. And then on the sides, you want to make sure that it's flush and the string ain't sticking out. And then you look at the belly of the bow. The belly is the part that faces your belly, and make sure that they're even height there where the grooves are too. So we're all set. We're going to be tillering this today, hopefully shaping it, and think positive, maybe shooting it today. I sanded this bow down so it's nice and round. Okay, I have a center mark for where it's going to go on the tillering tree. From that center mark, I have the fade outs marked, and then at the end of the tips, I only went from the string groove 1.5 inches a mark. It'll be a little stiffer, just 1.5 inches. Okay, from the bottom of the string groove down, a little stiffer tip, maybe a little faster, a little leverage there, and that's where I'm going to put the yardstick. I'm going to put the yardstick from here to the fade out as I bend it and I tiller it. Okay, ready to start tillering. From back set, see the back set, to try and get these limbs even, to start tillering, it's extremely heavy. This is like a 70-something pound bow at a 1/2 inch for the limbs. So what I'm going to do is take off like at least 40 strokes on each side. I know just from doing this. And then we're going to start the tillering process because it's just too much weight. And then we'll start the micro tillering process. Just show you a couple of minutes of taking it down. I count the strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Too noisy for me to be doing more than that, but that was 10 strokes on this side. Then I'm going to do 10 strokes on the other side and keep going back and forth. I took it down 40 strokes. Let's try and get it level. Maybe one more. It's still very heavy, very, very heavy. Let's see what we got, what it looks like here. From here to here, from the fade out to the end, you can see where it's touching. It's touching here and touching here. That's where material's got to come off. Okay, from here to here, we got actually a pretty nice bend going on. So what I'll do is I'll take off the material there, and then I'm going to take off even strokes because it's still very, very heavy. I'll take off another 20 strokes. Obviously, you could take material off, but you can't add material. But I know that this is, at this stage here, just trying to get the limbs level, how heavy it is. Because I made quite a few bows already. And so I took another 20 strokes off after I took out high spots. So let's see what we got here. Okay, see, we took some high spots down and there was no daylight. But now we got daylight there. And I got to put pencils in each pocket so this way I don't have to be reaching all the time. But look, we're going to put it here again. And we're going to put it up here. Okay, and then we can see where it's not bending, where we have to take off. Okay, we got to take off material here, here, and here. Let's see. Now let's check the other side out, which was bending pretty good. You know, for a start, pretty good for a start. Let's step back and look a little bit. Okay, it's bending pretty good. We'll take a little bit off of here. Put it up again. Up there. All right, we'll put a little up here. Take a little off this belly here. All right. And now we're going to work on trying to get it to bend nice mirror image. I took off material where I had to. And I took off a total of 65 strokes on a dull belt sander. And just to go down to level, let's see. Should be in the 30-pound range somewhere, probably. See when we get it level. That looks about level. 35 pounds, just level, okay? So what we're going to do now is I took off enough material where I'm going to work on making a perfect mirror image. And once I do, I want to get a 47-pound bow. We're going to go down until we get like 47 pounds before we start making material, taking material off again. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, bending better. And you can see that it's got a low spot from here to here. Okay, let's check out the other side. This side I'm not going to mess with yet. Still bending good. If I take off a bunch of material there, maybe I'll do just a couple of flat strokes here to even it up a little bit. Okay, I hit these high spots, a couple of strokes, and then I did 5 strokes on the other side. Step back and look what we got. We're getting there, right? It's almost there. It's almost there. We got a little bit of a low spot here and a low spot here. Okay. Let's check out over here. Okay, now that we got this flexing a little more, we can see that in the middle here. We need to take out more right here in the middle. Okay, so now the tillering process has begun. We got them a little below level, and we're starting to work on our mirror images. So now we just got to go back and forth 100 times, and we'll be good. What we got here, so far I haven't sped up. What you've seen is what I've been actually doing. And at some point I'll speed up so you don't have to watch me go back 15,000 times. But look, what we have here is a mirror image going on. And then let's see what we got over here. That's what you want. You want all the wood parts to bend evenly, right? And again, you might see stuff with the camera further back than me right up on top of it. This is very difficult to do and get out of the way. Okay, we have a mirror image going on here too, so we're going to lower it another inch. Now we lowered another inch. Nothing jumps out. We still got a mirror image. Nothing jumps out. We still got a mirror image. Going to go down another inch. And this is a loose string. We're not going down that far, really. We got a mirror image. And once again, you might see something that I don't, but it's only because the camera's back further. Okay, we got a mirror image. Let's go down another inch. Now, I got to be careful of the weight. I don't want to go down past 43 pounds. So let's see. Got it at 19.5 inches according to the string. This means nothing. We don't even have it down anywhere near where brace height would be. All right? But it's just a guide so I can pull out the scale and see what we got. Okay, I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with this. Okay, very happy with this. Now we're down here. Actually 20 is this notch, which is in the middle of 19 and a half. Let's see what kind of weight we got, okay? So 20 is in the middle of the 19 and a half mark. Okay, we got 43 pounds, which is good. 43 pounds, and it's still very heavy because, as I showed you, we're nowhere near putting a string on. But I'm very happy that that we got that mirror image. So let's go down a little further. Okay, we're at the 22.5-inch mark with a loose string. And once again, we're nowhere near, if you see, we're nowhere near putting a string on it. Nowhere near. So we're not really stressing the limbs out that much. Okay, now as I'm looking at it, it looks good, but we can get that outer limb to bend a little more maybe. Okay, we got a bigger bend here, a little bend here. Maybe we'll just take a little bit off of here. Let's see what we got here. This still looks very good. This looks good, like I shouldn't even touch it. So we're just going to take a little bit off that outer for now. And maybe I'll take 1 or 2 strokes off of here just to even out the wood removal. And so we're at 22.5, which is kind of middle of 21.5. Let's see what kind of weight we got. Okay, we're at that 47 pounds now, okay? We're at 47 pounds. But once again, that's 47 pounds, not even at brace height. So there is a lot of material that has to come off yet. But it's doing good. You see how that micro tillering, I was able to drop it down? Okay, I shortened the string about 30 twists. And we're down here, the weight-wise is 47. Just want to show you a little update. Look at the nice bend we got going on. Okay, we got nice bends going on. However, that limb is bended a lot more. So what we're going to do is show you the difference in the gap. Okay, as you can see, I marked center points now. And we have 1 inch on the inside of the center mark. And over here we have 1.25 inches bending on the inside of the center mark. So we're going to take some material off on this side to get it to bend as much as this side. And once again, we're not close to having, we're getting towards string, but not yet. We got a lot to go. So that side needs work. Let me just make sure if there's any specific areas where I could take it out of. All right, it looks pretty good. It looks like a pretty good bend. You know, just the whole thing, I guess. Take a little out in the middle and work the whole thing. So I wanted this limb here to bend more. So what I did is, here's the belt. I start from the middle and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I work from the center out to try and get it, some material from the center out. And then I do a couple of nice straight strokes. So I'm going to set it up and we'll see how I did. Since the last video, I went back twice, just so you know, and I got them 1 inch and 3/8 on both sides. So it's almost time to, I'm going to see if I got a shorter string. I'm not sure if I do. Maybe we could put a little brace height on this. But let's see what the poundage is at this. This says 23, so it's in the half of the 22.5 with a loose string. Let's see where we got. Let's get down. Okay, we got 44. So let's look for a little shorter string. All right, and then we'll come back. We have a string with a 5-inch brace height. The inner limbs are both the same at 6. Okay, the outer limbs, or the midpoint of the limbs here, the midpoint. This is 5 on the inside. And this one's 4 3/4 from the inside. So this one needs to bend more. So we know that the inner limbs are the same. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see if a yardstick can tell us where do we got to make it bend more. Okay. So this is the right height. This needs to be a little bit more. And if we stand back and look at it, we can see it looks a little flat here. All right, it looks a little flat right here. So let's just go back and forth here, take a little off, and see how that makes a difference. Okay, so now it's a little bit at a time. Now we have to take off very little at a time and keep checking it. Okay, I took off that mid limb that I wanted to, and I got to tell you, now I sand. I make sure that the edges of the limbs are nice and round. Okay, on the belly and even the back. Just make sure the edges are round. Okay, and then I'll go back and I'll check my marks to make them so I could see them. And this is the point again, when you have a string on it with a 5-inch brace height or whatever, or having a brace height you're going to start twisting up, it's critical that you only take off a little bit. And again, if you're going to use sandpaper, let's say, and you mark with a pencil what has to come off, get like a 60 grit and start in the center and work your way out. And then once you erase that whole pencil line, do it again. Do it like 3 times, erase that pencil line, put it on the stick, check it, you know, and it's going to take a long time, but it's safe. It's safe, you know. And I wouldn't use a file or a rasp at this point. I would stick to like the sandpaper. And I don't care how long it takes you, because, you know, you don't want to take off too much. You get to that point where all of a sudden you got a kitty bone. So that's it. Okay, it took a while of going back and forth, but I now have everything even from the from where the fade out is. I have it marked to the midsection. It's all even. We got a 5 3/4 inch brace height so far, and we're going to put it on the tillering stick, and we're going to check it and pull it down a little and see what kind of weight we have. We don't want to go, you know, I'm okay with a 45-pound bow. Kind of said 47, you know, to 50, but I got to be honest, I'm getting older, and in the cold weather now, a little less isn't a bad thing. We have a 5.5 inch brace height. The draw length right now is only 16.5. We're going to just check and see how everything's flowing, and then we're going to pull the pounds down. Okay, on the inside. Okay, that's 2 1/4. 2 1/4. 2 3/8. Let me just check this. That was 2 3/8. That one's bending a little, ever so slightly more. Got just about 2 3/8. Let's just go down and see what the weight is. We got the weight. We're going to see what weight it is at this 16.5, which should be in the middle of the 15.5. It's not going to be much. Eighth or 930. Okay, we're going to go down a little more and check it and see what kind of weight we get. Just going to go down a little further to make sure. Okay, we got a 20.5 inch draw. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking like a nice bend. It's looking good, like a nice bend. All right, I'm going to measure it because I might have to take off a little bit off of this one here. Okay, like I said, you go back and forth with the and sand it very easy, very fine. We're at that end where we got the we got a 6 1/4 inch brace height. Let me just check it again. We got about a 6 inch brace height, and everything is even. So now I'm going to just exercise the limbs a little bit, and we're going to just check it and see how they look when I pull it down a little bit. We're not going to leave it long. We're just going to check it out quick. All right? And pull it down a little bit. And we're going to just check quick. Okay, looks good. Looks good. We're not going to stay here long. We're coming right up. Going to see how much weight we got. We're going to go start going down and see how much weight we have as we get closer to my draw line. Okay, at 26 we got that 45. So at my 26.5 we probably got that 47. What I think I'm going to do is just shoot a couple arrows through it before I twist up the brace height a little bit more and shape it. Just going to shoot a couple arrows through it. Okay, I want to check out my profile, and you see the center mark here of the bow. Put the middle finger there. That's where I'm going to be holding it. The shelf's going to be above that. See, here it is, right? And I'm just going to take a couple of shots in the ground, but what I mainly want to see is how the curve looks when I'm pulling it back. Okay? I want to make sure that the profile looks good. Okay, I'm going to play it back and look at it. Very fast, very nice, not a lot of hand shock. I think it's going to be an awesome bow. Okay, I'm happy with it. So I'm going to mark it out, cut a shelf, shape it, and shoot it. I shaped the riser. Check it out. Got a crown shelf and a radius riser. Okay, I used a hacksaw blade. I have a video on how I make this. Okay, look at it. Look at the limbs. Beautiful, right? Buffalo horn tips. I got a 6 3/4 inch brace height. And yeah, my range, the deer target way in the back and the right, we keep on having these high winds. knock down my backboard there. I'm going to have to drill holes through the 4x4s and put rebar in so the wind won't flip it over. But I just left it. I'm tired. Every time I stand it up, it blows down. So I gotta work on that next. So here we are. We're going to shoot that deer. All right, I set the knock. That deer over there. That deer's about 15 yards. Let's take a shot. Look at that. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. Now, where I'm hunting, I got to be honest, the shots that I'm shooting, probably the furthest to be 15, 18 yards. But let's shoot that deer by the bag. The deer by the bag is 20. Look at that. Not bad at all. Let's just move over, and we'll move back a little bit. And I guess that wolf over here, let's move back here. That's probably about 25 yards, that wolf. Let's check out the wolf. Oh, a little low. I felt my arm go down. We gotta do that one more time. I did drop my arm a little. Don't get me wrong, these are heavy hunting arrows, and I never shoot 25. Let's straighten out the camera for this one a little bit. There we go. All right, let's try and get that wolf. Look at that. It was a shooting machine. I kept my arm up. I felt my arm drop in the last one. Let's go check it out. Okay. Here's the 15. I'm going to have to practice a little. Maybe I canted it a little more than a natural cant. And I went to the right. Okay. Here's the deer at 20. Here's the wolf at 25. Okay. I did feel my arm drop on this one. And when I kept it up on target to be that shooting machine, I hit it. So anyway, I got myself a nice 45-pound at my 26, 47 at my 26.5-inch draw. And this is going to be my hunting bow. Taking this in the woods, I'm going to get to take it in the woods with me. Sometime next week, we're having rain, we're having flurries, we're having all kinds of stuff happening. But this is going to go, whether I see a deer or not, it's going to have the honor of accompanying me from being a tree cut down. This year, I had it had winter bark on it. I steamed the winter bark off on my video, steaming, taking the bark off, shaped it. So from living tree in like a month and a half to a shootable, beautiful hunting bow. Okay. Thanks for watching. Gotta love hickory. I love hickory. It's my favorite wood. Okay. Thanks for watching. Watch my other videos on Barebow Joe. Every day you wake up is a good day. Get out and shoot. Thanks for watching. Just want to say, once I put a pad on, it's going to move that impact over to the right a little bit. I've been shooting it. The more I shoot it, the more I love it. It's really good. Just wanted to add that on. Little pad on here after I finish it. It'll be on the money.